According to Maritime Labour Convention, seafarers averagely stay away from land for about a year. Did you know that? Now you know. So you know they stay away from land for that long. Be kind to them. It's hard work. Welcome to Nimasa this week. My name is Eugenia Abu. We have lots of information for you this week. Stay.
Any vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder's certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificate, service certificate, cargo ship certificate, and waiver certificates or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
Maritime nuggets and maritime facts are up ahead. Get some information on the maritime industry. Don't touch that dial.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Dr. Dayo Moberola, this week received a team from the United States Coast Guard, led by Lieutenant Benjamin Muntz. The team are in Nigeria in continuation of efforts to close all identified gaps in the implementation of the International Ships and Port Security Code in Nigeria. Dr. Moberola assured the team of continuous collaboration from the side of the agency.
I want to, on behalf of the management, to give you our word that we would continue to collaborate with your good self to make our maritime space secured, and also to ensure that we have a very good search and rescue apparatus and personnel available. So we are going to be partners with you. I want you to really accept that from our side. So on your request for the training classroom, I'm sure you would get a confirmation that will make it available for the time you want it for, and of course we would participate fully.
It's a big one that we do annually. Lagos hosted it last year. I have a feeling that Nigeria is going to host again either next year or the following. But it's one of those exercises where we really want to incorporate the interagency, not just have it be the navies. And obviously we like Nimasa involved, we have Interpol that's involved as well. So that's something else that we're striving for, is to make it more of this interagency involvement.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Commander Jonah Klaus, also from the United States Coast Guard, had a briefing session with the Nimasa team led by the Director Western Zone, Mr. Kabir Murnai. The team are in Nigeria to assess the level of compliance of selected ports to the regulations of the International Ships and Port Security Code, the ISPS Code. The visit follows the United States Coast Guard's offer of a 3-year plan to collaborate with Nimasa for the removal of the condition of entry placed on all American-bound vessels from Nigeria, while giving the assurance that Nimasa is working tirelessly to improve compliance levels in line with the ISPS code. The Director Western Zone, Kabir Munai, stated that the Nigerian government stands resolute in its commitment towards creating an environment that will foster economic growth while prioritizing the safety and security of all maritime activities.
Allow me to express our heartfelt gratitude for the ongoing endeavor aimed at addressing the issue of the condition of entry, COE, imposed on certain port facilities in Nigeria. It is expected that the proposed annual visit spanning 3 years from 2024 to facilities both within Lagos and the major Delta maritime zones will provide broader sampling on which to base the assessment and the evaluation of the effectiveness of the ISPS for implementation in Nigeria and the eventual removal of the imposed COE. Rest assured that your visit is met with the utmost enthusiasm. There is also no doubt that Nigerian ports are working tirelessly to improve compliance level in line with the ISPS score.
He also acknowledged the collaborative synergy between the agency and the United States Coast Guard, emphasizing the valuable expertise and insights they provide.
The collaborative synergy between Nimasa and the United States Coast Guard, especially the wealth of expertise and invaluable insight that the United States Coast Guard always brings to the table, continue to stand as a beacon of strength and resilience in our joint quest to ensure the robust implementation of the International Ship and Port Facility Security (ISPS) code.
Earlier in his remarks, the leader of the delegation, Lieutenant Commander Jonah Klaus, expressed the team's readiness to work with Nigeria to identify possible gaps in order to ensure the removal of the condition of entry clause imposed by America on some port facilities in Nigeria. He said they were in Nigeria for an on-the-spot assessment of some port facilities in Lagos and the Niger Delta region.
We're here as part of our United States Coast Guard International Port Security Program. So we're here to continue our partnership with Nigeria, to share best practices, to learn how Nigeria is implementing the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code. Expectations are to see some of the lovely country, to get out to Port Harcourt and Bonny Island, see some of the facilities there, see how the security is implemented on the ground level, and then also work with Nimasa to see how the ISPS code is implemented from a government level.
Nimasa is the designated authority responsible for the implementation of the International Ships and Ports Security Facility Code. Over the years, the agency has collaborated with relevant stakeholders to achieve its mandate, with support and assistance from the United States Coast Guard towards the realization of safer and more secure waterways in Nigeria, and by extension, the Gulf of Guinea.
We had a condition of entry imposed on Nigerian vessels that visit the United States for trade. By that, it means our vessels go through extra checks. There are delays when the vessel gets to the United States coast, and other bureaucracies follow. This has resulted in increase of freight, increase in insurance on these vessels, and this has been bad for business for Nigeria. So, a plan has been made with the United States that over a period of 3 years, beginning from this year, they're going to visit. The crux of the matter then was their ability not being able to visit the ports in the Niger Delta, but this has been agreed to. We made our first visit in February. This is the second phase of the visit, and the inspection is going to carry it out in selected ports in the Niger Delta to see how they carry out their ISPS implementation regime. So we're very happy this is going on.
You're watching Nimasa This Week, a program brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Stay with us.
In pursuance of the desire to have more Nigerians participate in the maritime sector, a bold attempt to change the face of maritime business within its coasts was made with the enactment of the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act, otherwise known as the Cabotage Act 2003. The objective of the Cabotage Act is primarily to reserve the commercial transportation of goods and services within Nigerian coastal and inland waters to vessels flying the Nigerian flag and owned by persons of Nigerian citizenship.
With the New Hope, which is one of their major priorities, is development of employment for the youth. This will enable our youth to be employed as seafarers, as well as open a lot of other operations in the cabotage activities, as well as sustain the economy in terms of free marine pollution. I would like to see growth in Nigerian-owned vessels, Nigerians owning vessels. I would like to see growth in Nigerian manning vessels. That means having a lot of seafarers, which we can even export both national and international. I would also like to see more flagged vessels, which means more Nigerian vessels, or more vessels, even not Nigerians, flagging Nigerian vessels. Like our president said, renewed hope. So it's renewed hope also in Nimasa. They should be hopeful with this new dispensation. Since the new executive management started, it has been nothing but working tirelessly towards achieving the mandate of cabotage. We might have been slow at the beginning, at the past, but I want to assure our stakeholders they would definitely see improvements and conclusion to most of those things that they've been waiting and hoping for. So the hope is indeed renewed.
The agency encourages indigenous shipping lines to participate in coastal and inland trade, administers the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, and enlightens and sensitizes potential investors in the cabotage trade through seminars, conferences, and workshops. Additionally, it maintains a registry of vessels for cabotage trade and registers ships owned by indigenous shipping lines to participate in the nation's cabotage trade.
Week after week, our tireless team of producers, editors, reporters, and scriptwriters bring you Nimasa This Week. This is an edition that you must stay to watch. Stay with us.
In recent times, there have been incidences of boat mishaps on Nigeria's inland waters, resulting in the loss of several lives, including some prominent Nigerians. As the saying goes, a stitch in time saves 9, highlighting the need to remind Nigerians that the use of life jackets is mandatory while on board any vessel or boat. Just like the seat belts in cars, which are crucial for saving lives in case of an accident, some people are unaware of the importance of using life jackets. Don't complain about them being unclean, as that unclean life jacket might save your life in case of an accident.
We do tell them all the time, about the jackets. We continue telling them, but only that some people will not listen to us. But our own is just to enforce them to put on their life jackets before they board, even to disembark. And I hope many people always comply with us. Only that if anybody did not put on he or her life jacket, we will not allow the person on board.
As you enter the boat, you have to wear the life jacket because this is very, very important. If you wear it, nothing will happen to you in case something happens to you on top of the water. No, everybody is supposed to be wearing this because it's very, very important. I think everybody here what happened last time.
So that is why we ensure everyone that want to board to wear jackets. Either you are boarding or you are coming outside to wear the jacket, come outside, because on the process of coming down, your palm can slip when you fell down inside the water. So it will be easy for me or my captain to quickly to rescue you.
I'm the safety officer on board in Apapa Jetty. We ensure all the passengers put on their life jacket before they enter the boat. We make sure they enter the boat. We guide them to enter the boat safely, and they we'll tell them to put on their life jacket. We buckle up the life jacket for them very well.
Water transportation is considered one of the safest modes of transportation. This is because wearing a life jacket provides a 99% chance of survival in the event of an accident. There are several types of life jackets, including offshore life jackets, nearshore vests, flotation aids, throwable devices, and special use devices. Nimasa says, safety starts with the mind, and people need to be safety cautious.
For the person who is a passenger or who is using the vessel for the first time, there are the basic things that you need to know. If you do not know all of these things, you are at a disadvantage. But at a minimum, you must have a life jacket. The people operating the vessel needs to give you a little brief about the safety things you need to do in the event that there is an incident. But at a minimum, you need to have a life jacket. There are several types of life jacket, or what is also called the personal floating devices. The important thing about the life jacket is that first, it should fit you very well. Preferably, it should be one that keeps your head afloat when you are in the water. Also, it should fit your size. It should be the one that appropriately fits your size, and it should be secured properly. As much as possible, it should have a signaling device such as whistle, and it should be color appropriate. When they say color appropriate, it means that the safety jacket you have should be one that can easily be spotted from a distance, preferably an orange colored life jacket. The other types of floating devices that can be useful is a buoy. That is why near or close to a jetty, you always find some buoys that are loosely hung near the jetty. A buoy could also be useful where there's no life jacket. However, it is advised that every passenger in any vessel should be provided with a life jacket. If you are not provided with a life jacket that fits you appropriately, that has reflective marks, and is such that can be seen from a distance, you are not appropriately equipped to go in that vessel. It is best not to embark on that journey. One other thing that can help you, if you are a frequent user of a marine vessel, it is necessary to have some basic training on sea survival.
This is Flour Mill Jetty in Apapa, Lagos, a busy jetty where commuters board non-conventional passenger crafts. The use of life jackets has been made mandatory for safety.
The use of life jacket is for life saving. It's for the life saving in case of any incident on water. Other boat users should comply with what I'm doing too.
The use of life jacket is for your own safety, for your own protection, and due to the incidents that just happened, it has really created a lot of awareness for people to use or to know the importance of using a life jacket even on a boat. No matter how people say, okay, I'm not comfortable wearing it and all, but you should know that wearing this life jacket is for your own safety and it's for your own protection.
I think it's all about life jackets. It's how well it saves, because many people out there just give out life jackets just for giving out life jacket reasons. But what they should do is get good life jackets, ensure that the passengers before boarding the boat or ferry, they should be locked in properly before entering, because most accidents occur either during entering the ferry or coming out of the ferry, and most passengers tend to keep their jackets in the boat before coming out. So what they should do is they should make sure they get proper life jackets, make sure the passengers are well locked in before entering the ferry, and also make sure they have their jackets on while coming out of the ferry.
So it's very, very important to use life jackets to protect lives, and also is at risk when you enter water without life jackets. So for everyone who has to enter the water, it's a must to use a life jacket.
No matter how small the vessel is, let us use our life jacket, at least before help comes. It keeps us afloat for some time.
Introducing the Nimasa Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and Nimasa will respond.
What are you anchored on this week? I'm anchored on change. Nothing stays the same forever. Embrace change. Embrace technology. Until we meet again next week, keep doing what you do that is good for the world. My name is Eugenia Abu on behalf of all the team. We'll see you again next week.